In this video, we are going to learn about how do we do a multiple regression. So we saw how do we do a simple regression, simple linear regression. Now, multiple linear regression basically means that we have more than one independent variables. Okay. So now consider this example. So we have the price. Assume it's a price of a car or a price of a product or price of anything. It depends on two inputs now, or two independent variables. One is color and one is quality. Okay. So instead of having one variable, now this regression deals with two independent variables. Okay. So now the price depends on color as well as quality. So our equation would ideally be y is equal to mx1 plus nx2 plus c, which is the intercept. All right. Now let's see how do we go about it. So let me freeze this particular. Okay. Now I will go to data. There's a data analysis to do the regression. Then you go to regression, click OK. Now y is going to be our dependent variable. So over here our dependent variable is price. So we select the price with the header, same with the input x range, which is these two. Okay, I have my labels over here. Output range, I would take my output range in the same sheet. I don't need the charts, etc. I just need the residuals. That's all. And I click OK, and confidence interval at 95%, or rather I'll remove this and I'll click OK. Override, all right. There would have been some data, but yeah, it will override this basically. Okay. So I have got my charts over here. I have got my inputs over here. So this is what we are looking for, and this is what we were actually trying to find out. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 observations, which is precisely the observations which has been given to us. All right, now let's figure it out what exactly this particular regression output means. Let's try to decipher it. First is multiple R square, so correlation. Now this correlation we cannot directly find out. We can still try correlation. Our array 1 is this, our array 2 is over here, and our array 3 is, because we have three data sets, it says too many arguments. Remember this, correlation, which is a standard formula given by Excel, has, or we can put only two series, so it's a linear correlation. This correlation is the calculated one, and that's why Excel is able to give us. So when you have more than one dependent variable, or more than one rather independent variable, then you cannot find out correlation using Corel function. Okay, so when you write Corel function, CORR, there's only two arrays, array 1 and array 2. There is no third array as such. Okay, but however we have got the output because Excel would have calculated internally. We should not be too much bothered about that how it calculated. It's a part of the statistics. We will not know, but we should not dwell too deep into that. All right. Now it basically says that 0.922%. So all these three variables, or rather price, is highly dependent on color and quality, which is like 92% of the times. All right. Now we can come to R square, or rather I will write it correlation for the better understanding. Now R square says 85%, so that future price can be projected almost accurately 85% of the times, given the price is one input and color is another input. So it's 85% of the time I can almost accurate, almost correct. Okay, that's the interpretation of R square. Now adjusted R square is not dipped much, but yeah, it dipped like 4%. Still, it's a relevant and it's a good measure. Like we already explained in the linear regression example, if my adjusted R square reduces by a drastic amount, then there is a high dependency between the independent variables. So over here, the independent variables are color and quality. My R square is not dipped much, so I can simply assume that there is very little or almost zero correlation between color and quality, which are the two independent variables rather. So I can simply assume that standard error is not much of a relevance, is not too high, so I can simply ignore that. My significance f, so I have to check these three variables over here. Significance f, which basically means that it's less than 0.05. So the correlation or the regression which we have got here is not by chance. Okay, so output whatever we have got here is not by chance. So it's not by luck. So the regression is good. That's what it's basically trying to say. So you can trust the regression. It's perfectly okay. Now, in the previous example where we had simple regression, which is simple linear regression, where we had a p-value, we had only one variable, right? So we had p-value equal to significance f value. But over here you can see that my p-value for each of the variable is different from the significance f. So that's what I was trying to convey the message. When you have only one variable, your significance p-value would be equal to significance f value. But when you have more than two variables, or more than one variable rather, then your significance f and p value would be different. However, you have to check p values as well, which is less than 0.05. So you can consider both these values, which is good, color and quantity, which represents the price and output function. All right. Also, the standard error is not too high. We can continue with the standard error. We can continue with the independent variable as well. Now, how do we form the equation over here? So my price equation would be my intercept, which is 1.7514 plus 4.8952 times the color plus 3.7584 times the quality. This is the equation over here. Now consider this. So if my color and quality and my, so this will be called as input, and my output is my price, okay, and my intercept. Okay, so this is going to be the input. So I will remove this intercept, which is 1.75 plus color times 4.89 plus quality times quality. Okay, if everything is 0, my price is 1.75. Okay, if my price is, let's say, 5, and if my quality is 10, then my price is 63. Okay, now let's take this example, 5 and 8. So my price is 51. My regression output should almost be equal. Almost, it will not be exactly same. It is 56. There will be a difference because this is a future projection. Okay, but it will be very similar. If it is 9 and 2, then it is 49. Let's see. If it is 9 and 2, it is 53. It's very similar. Okay, so now comes the residual output. Okay, residual output is the projected output. So my first projection was, I will take these examples over here, or I will take this input directly over here. This was my actual output. I will paste this, and this was my projected score, and there is a difference of 10. So if I equal to 65 minus 54, so this is a difference of 10 is exactly the residual output, and I'll write this. Everything would be there. This is how the Excel calculates the residual output. Again, I will reiterate the point. If we have we only had 11 entries, so we cannot really figure it out whether projections we can eliminate any of the variables, because this is just a sample. But if our sample is also used like 50, 100, 1000 values, then where the residuals are too huge, that is called as outliers, and we can probably eliminate or ignore those residuals when we are taking the actual when we are doing the actual regression. All right, so this is how we do the multiple regression. Again, we have to look at three or four basic things. First, multiple R's, which is a correlation, R square, adjusted R square. This adjusted R square becomes the prime importance. Adjusted R square has the prime importance when we have more than one independent variables, because if adjusted R square is less than, or there's a difference, huge difference between R square and adjusted R square like this. So if my R square is 0.899 and my adjusted R square is 0.68 or 0.78, then there is a huge difference. So then we can simply assume that there is a multi-collinearity, or there is a collinearity which exists between the independent variables. And then we have to do something to remove those independent variables, but we are not getting into it. It is called as multi-collinearity, as simple as that. Then we have to look at the significance f. Value should be less than 0.05. Again, this is a p value. Value should be 0.05. It's more than 0.05, then we probably need to eliminate that particular independent variable and run the regression again. Okay, mark my words. If this color p value was 0.78, then I have to remove this color from the regression and run the regression again with the rest of the variables, because this means that color is by chance. Okay, then it's not a good indicator of what we have done, or the price is not affected too much by the color value. Okay, so that's why we can ignore that particular value. Other than that, rest looks good. If you have more than 30, 40, 50 entries and you are talking about the population, and if the residuals are very high for particular input, then you can eliminate that particular input as well. You can consider it as an outlier. All right, so that's pretty much about this multiple regression. I simply request you to run this regression by yourself and check the output whatever you are getting. Okay, and try to decipher what exactly the variables are and what the exactly the output is. All right, thank you.